Why should apology and forgiveness be way of life? And to discuss on this very important, very interesting topic on today's episode, may I welcome on behalf of all of us, Jyoti Zaveri, an astute IT professional with a very wide and a long experience of 45 years in the IT domain, now known to all of us as the digital media, social media expert, and the trainer, the guru, the teacher of scientific meditation, who has been actively preaching and teaching scientific meditation from the last 15 years to help people around the world to have a better quality of life. And this is Kirti, your host. I'm a professional anchor, a news anchor, and a news translator for All India Radio Pune. I host music shows, award functions, release functions, business meets, seminars, conferences, and as I always say, any event that needs an anchor to light up the event, to make the event more meaningful and more relevant. Jyoti sir, we would be discussing on why should apology and forgiveness be a way of life. So I begin our discussion by asking you, what does this really mean? Like, what is apology? What is forgiveness? And I think all across the human race, I would say, this is something that is being stressed upon. It may be any religion, it may be any clan, everywhere this is being stressed on. So I think we would begin our discussion by understanding what does this actually mean.
Oh, yes, Kirti. It's a very different kind of topic you have chosen. You see, people
Yes.
normally say, I am sorry. That's our normally we keep on, if you make some mistake, you say, I'm sorry. And it is customary to apologize with everyone and ask for forgiveness. But
Yes.
you see, this forgiveness is important and it should be apart from the formal
Mhm.
formality, it should come from the real emotion, from the heart.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, so many people believe in non-violence. They don't want to hurt somebody or kill somebody, but that is on a gross level. But
Mhm.
on a subtle level, we don't want to hurt someone's feeling. So
Mhm.
this apology and sorry and all that is all about the emotions, the feeling. You see.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
then asking for forgiveness, like I am sorry or apologize, is not enough. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yes, seeking forgiveness is very good because if we go wrong in doing something with somebody, obviously it is very important that we ask for forgiveness, we seek forgiveness. It is not going to change the past, it is not going to change what is being done, but it can definitely help us to improve future, maybe with yourself or maybe with the other people or the person whom you are concerned with. So you just said that seeking forgiveness, asking for forgiveness merely is not enough. So how do we, like, what do we add to it? Is something more required?
Yes, it is much more than just say sorry and asking for forgiveness. See,
Okay.
in addition to apologizing and asking for forgiveness, it is necessary to also forgive others.
Okay.
See, it is a two-way process.
Yes.
And saying sorry is perhaps easy, but to forgive others,
Hmm.
it is difficult. It is difficult.
Yes. Yes.
We call it, people have grudge in their mind. People
Hmm.
have some kind of, that baggage we carry. And that
Hmm.
baggage we carry for years together. Even
Yes.
if that person has come and apologized and gone, that person who is supposed to forgive does not do it. That's why I say just say sorry is not enough, but to forgive someone from your own mind is very important. See, this
Yes.
scientific meditation process we have been practicing and talking about, This is now episode 36. So we have been
Yes.
discussing. This helps to improve that kind of memory. You see, we have been talking how to increase memory, how to remember well, but it also teaches you what to forget. You see,
Yes.
we should also learn to forget someone else's mistake. So
Hmm.
it is not very easy. That's why I say to forgive someone is even more difficult. You see,
Yes, yes, yes,
yeah.
I agree. I agree. Acceptance, tolerance, and forgiveness actually, they are very, very important, and I would say life changing virtues that we all must possess. It all sounds good, just as you said that you need to learn to forget, you need to learn to forgive. Merely asking for forgiveness is not enough, but when you are in a situation where you need to forgive, you should be able to do that. It sounds so nice, that forget and forgive will help you to improve your peace of mind, it will help you to improve your life. uh, but then when time comes, when you're put in a situation where you really need to forget something or you need to forgive somebody, the entire wisdom is lost, because you just said that people hold grudge in their mind. People carry that baggage all through their life, even if somebody comes and says sorry to them, or even if somebody tries to seek forgiveness. So, acceptance, tolerance, and forgiveness should be made a way of life. That is what we are trying to discuss and understand today. But then I feel, to really possess these virtues, we need to make a fundamental change in ourselves. So, when we are talking about a fundamental change, the grassroots level change in oneself, I think that requires transformation. Maybe transformation in the personality of an individual, a transformation in the behavior of an individual. And that seems to be really difficult. Losing one's persona, changing one's behavior seems to be impossible when I think about it. My question to you is this transformation really possible? Can we change our personality? Can we change our behavior?
Yes, contrary to belief that, many people believe that nature is like that, that person is always like that. At this
Hmm.
age, when will he or she change? So I
Hmm.
would say, yes, it is possible to change. You can
Okay.
change the nature. It's a very bold statement, but
Yes.
yes, it can be transformed. Personality can be transformed.
Okay.
You see, the scientific meditation system is a proven system. It's from the ancient scriptures. It's not
Hmm.
something new. We call it scientific now because all meditation is scientific. But then today, because of the medical and the psychologists, the people who are in the therapy of mental science, so psychologists, they all corroborate that
Hmm.
emotions are coming from not from heart as
Hmm.
we normally say kind-hearted and
Yes.
all that. It is coming from where? It's coming from endocrine system. The
Yes.
endocrine system consists of ductless glands, and these ductless glands are secreting hormones, and these hormones are responsible for the behavior. So, coming back
Yes.
to your question, can behavior be changed? If there are people who are not able to forgive, as the
Hmm.
topic today is to forgive and forget and apologize, we need to understand that we need to change at the grassroots level. You see, in
Yes.
corporate, we always do that root analysis. So,
Yes.
grassroots level, we know that the emotions are coming from hormones, and it is now possible for us to control and monitor the hormones.
Hmm.
See, there are
Yes.
hormones like anger, jealousy,
Hmm.
arrogance. See, some people have power and knowledge, they become so arrogant that they don't even apologize, even if they are
Mhm.
making mistake.
Hmm.
So how do we change that? We change that by our our mind, our there is a system, that is endocrine system, and that is controlled by the managing director and the chairperson of the
Hmm.
system.
Okay.
So who is the managing director and chairperson? That is your ductless glands. See, there is a
Okay.
ductless gland, pituitary, which is the managing director or the CEO of the company, and
Okay.
the pineal gland, center of
Hmm.
forehead. Pineal gland, that is like a chairperson of your
Hmm.
organization. If we
Okay.
activate these glands, the lower glands, there are glands below the navel, below the belly button, and
Hmm.
they secrete the hormone, and all these negative emotions come. So
Yes.
if we can control by activating these upper
Hmm.
glands, you see there are four upper glands which we need to focus on, concentrate on. One is thymus, that is
Okay.
center of peace, the center of chest, near the heart, thymus gland, and we have thyroid gland. The thyroid
Hmm.
gland is center of neck. This is it is near the sound box. So
Okay.
thyroid gland and parathyroid gland, they
Okay.
secrete hormones, and these thymus, thyroid, pituitary, and pineal, these are the master glands. They control the other hormones. So
Okay.
it is necessary for us to activate these upper glands to change the personality. And the
Okay.
personality and the behavior can be changed drastically. Unbelievable
Hmm.
results.
Okay.
So let's say, as we were talking about, apologizing and then
Hmm.
asking for forgiveness, but
Hmm.
giving forgiveness. See, for that, we need to activate our thymus gland,
Okay.
center of the
Okay.
chest. And we have color meditation. Scientific meditation includes color meditation, the green color,
Okay.
bright green color, like that of say traffic signal, traffic light. The bright green color is what we use along with the center. So the center of chest and green color. These are the colors which we use for the meditation, for scientific meditation. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
perception of psychic centers and perception of psychic colors.
Okay.
The third parameter is goal. You need to accept, and whatever shortcomings are there, we need to accept. You don't have to tell anybody, but you
Hmm.
yourself know. And once you accept, you make a goal that, oh, this is not good, I need to change.
Change. Yes.
That is the contemplation, the power of contemplation, the power of therapeutic thinking. You see,
Okay.
this
Okay.
word is very important. Therapeutic thinking, that means we say, for example, the tolerance power. If you want to
Hmm.
forgive someone, you need to increase your tolerance power. The tolerance power can be increased. You see, people are intolerant.
Yes.
Because of now pandemic, we are more or less, the restriction is there, and people come together and stay in one house because of the restriction of, and then work from home. So office is at home. Children might be doing online schools,
Classes.
and
Yes.
when people come together and stay together, which earlier we were not, the power of tolerance is important. Otherwise, any small thing, a person gets irritated, and
Hmm.
you answer back. If you are a senior person, you will boss around. If you are a junior
Hmm.
person, you cannot tell someone on the face, to a senior person, elderly person, maybe parents or spouse. or someone, and then the stress develops. And then you feel inside what to do. How do I, how many times I told not to do, I am online meeting, and so on and so forth. And that stress is resulting into disease. These are called psychosomatic disease. So these
Yes.
psychosomatic disease are coming because of stress, because we have lost the tolerance power. And you can
Okay.
increase power of tolerance, green color on the center of chest. So all these steps one should learn. I mean, I'm just quickly going through the concept, but it's
Okay.
all matter of practice. Unless we
Okay.
practice all this, unless we understand the proper method and
Hmm.
steps, there are 11 steps. We should know the sequence and follow that, Kirti.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it means that it is very important that we improve our mental as well as emotional health if we want to have good physical health. Because you said that emotions are a result of the biochemistry inside our body, and it is very important that we have a check or we have some kind of regulation on this biochemistry that is there inside our body. So this is what I think, this is something very interesting and something very important that we all need to understand. Now my question is, you were talking about the comprehensive system of scientific meditation, you were talking about therapeutic thinking, you were talking about color meditation. And as you said, yes, definitely it has been my personal experience also through your training workshops that we need to understand and learn scientific meditation if you have to practice it in the correct way. So it is very important that we understand scientific meditation, practice scientific meditation through guided instructions, so that we are able to actually benefit from this beautiful and very relevant comprehensive system of scientific meditation. Since you were talking about different centers, you were talking about colors, I would like to ask you one more question, that the center of purity, like you said that there are different psychic centers inside our body, right, which are responsible for secreting different kind of hormones, and then these hormones play a very important role in how you think, how you behave, and then finally it is also responsible for how your physical health is going to be. So my question to you is, where is the center of purity located?
Yeah. So you see, these ductless glands are secreting hormones, and that is what the endocrine system is. Now, you see, we have identified these hormones, we have identified these glands. So, and then we have names for this. So, center of purity is thymus gland. Then we have center of bliss, the center of wisdom, like the center of forehead, that is center of wisdom, the neocortex, the top of the head, that is, you see, all these centers, like center of wisdom, center of enlightenment, these are nothing but glands. Understand and activate these glands. So, center of purity, center of bliss, center of enlightenment, center of wisdom. All these centers are nothing. And in some, if we go to other books, other beliefs, other kind of path people are following, it's called chakra. So the other day I was talking with some people in USA. They have started learning about chakra. So the
Okay.
chakra, whatever name you call, some people call it Kendra or center. All these are nothing but the endocrine system. So that is why we call it scientific meditation, because there is a
Okay.
big science behind all this. And when we were talking about the transformation of the behavior, the white color meditation will help, and that will bring the friendliness. But this whole thing about forgiving and forgetting is about
Hmm.
developing friendship. Our inner nature is about friendliness. We want to be friend, we want other people to be friendly with us. So white color meditation in the center of the forehead, center of wisdom that helps. So I would
Okay.
suggest that we understand the centers, the location, and the colors to change the personality. It's possible. Yes.
Okay. Okay, that sounds great. So it means like
Yeah,
nowadays we are
Kirti.
talking about many natural things. We are
We
talking
need
about
to
go
change.
green,
Yeah.
go natural in what we eat, what we consume, what we wear. So this is something interesting. You know, you said that the innate nature of a human being by nature is being at peace, being friendly with people around. So this is the basic nature. So it means now we need to learn to be natural inside also, probably, which we have forgotten, as you said. So we need to be natural in the way we behave, the way we think, because the basic human nature is not uh, what to say, get into conflicts, get into problems. Basically, naturally, a human being wants to be friendly with everybody. So this is something interesting, I think, which we have understood from today's episode. Jyoti sir, we have been completing. This is the 36th episode of Health Mitra Scientific Meditation Channel. Every Monday at 7 o'clock in the morning, Indian Standard Time. We go live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So it may happen that some of our friends may miss some episodes. So my question to you is like, if our friends miss catching us up at 7 o'clock in the morning on, say, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn, how do they get an access to our episodes? Jyoti sir, are you there? Could you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
I was
So,
asking you, yeah, yeah,
was there a
yeah.
disturbance in the?
Yes,
I
yes.
guess.
Yeah, yes. We were
Yeah.
not able to see you, neither we were able to hear you. I think there is some connection issue at Jyoti sir's end. Jyoti sir? Okay, so friends, what I was saying is all the Health Mitra scientific meditation channel episodes, we have been watching them live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So my question to you was, sir, like if
Yeah.
somebody is not able to catch up our live episode, how can they get an access to our episode of Health Mitra scientific meditation channel?
Right. I'm happy to share that we have now the Health Mitra podcast. So this podcast is available on 5 digital platforms
Okay,
on Anchor,
okay,
anchor.fm/healthmitra. It is available on Spotify also. So
okay.
you can, some people are, has downloaded the Spotify channel in the app, and you can listen to Health Mitra on anchor.fm, on Spotify. So all
Okay.
this, yeah, all these platforms are available. And then we have Radio Public. In
Okay.
some part of the world, Radio Public has become very popular. It's a podcast app. So some people are using Radio Public. So our Health Mitra episodes are available on Radio Public also, and Breaker. Breaker also, we have our presence. The same episodes which you are now watching on video can
Okay.
be also listened. So people, as you were saying, people suppose who are driving or cycling, some part of the world, cycling is very common, like Netherlands. So they can listen while cycling all these podcasts. It's
Okay.
possible. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay, that is great.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm sharing the links also. Yeah,
Okay.
and Google
Okay.
Podcast also. Health Mitra is available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so friends, every Monday in the morning, 7 o'clock, we go live on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. But in case you are not able to make it for the episode, live episode, do catch us up on the podcast, as Sir has said, and he will be sharing the links of these podcasts so that while you drive, while you run, while you jog, you can listen to our Health Mitra Scientific Meditation channel episodes. I think you can see the links on the screen. Sir has put them on the screen. Yes. Please do note these links so that you are able to have an access to our podcasts. So, sir, I think forgiveness is a gift that we need to gift ourselves. Forgive and forget. This is the beautiful message that you have given us. Sounds beautiful, but it is always very relevant, very important. So it should not be limited to discussion. We need to learn how to forget, how to forgive through scientific meditation. Very, very important. And the question is, why should we forgive and why should we forget? Many times people argue that the other person doesn't deserve to be forgiven because he has done something very bad to me, has caused a lot of damage to me. So the message I would like to give to our viewers is, probably the other person may not deserve forgiveness, but neither do you deserve to suffer because of his or her deeds. You deserve to be at peace. You deserve to be happy inside so that you have a good life. So you cannot do injustice to yourself. Friends, that is why we need to forget, we need to forgive, and we need to learn this because it is not easy. Jyoti sir said that seeking forgiveness, saying sorry may be easy, but when somebody says sorry to you, forgiving that person becomes a big challenge. It is something very difficult. And friends, we need to understand that we should not allow our internal energy to be dissipated on wrong things, on undesirable things. Let us learn scientific meditation. Let us understand scientific meditation so that we understand how to align this internal energy, this enormous potential that we all have inside us towards desirable things, towards our goals and dreams in life, because this is something that we all want to do in life. There's a question on the screen, and I think since we have little time with us, Vittal Prabhu and our friends like Giriraj, Preeti, they have been always joining us on our episodes live, and they are trying to very aggressively understand what is scientific meditation, and that is why they come up with different questions. I think a very important question on the screen from Vittal. He is asking you, sir, is forgiveness required all the times? Do we need to forgive in every case? Do we need to forgive in all situations? Yeah,
Yeah.
can there not be an exception to an
I
incident or situation?
Yeah, I understand. I appreciate this question. Is it necessary to forgive somebody all the time? Because there are some exceptions, some situation where we would not forgive someone. Now, here, you see, it on a subtle level, it deals with the emotion. See, on a gross level, you tell someone, okay, I will now not talk to you, and that person is not talking to you, and physically you don't meet, or there is no interaction. But what here we are talking about is in your own conscious energy, in your own mind, you should be friendly with everyone. See, there are people who make mistake, and you would not forgive because that was a very very serious mistake that person has done, and you would not like to forget. And but in this scientific meditation system we understand that we are taking that baggage which is holding our success, and that stress which is developed, you see, we have a kind of software, and that software is then programmed, and in any time when that person memory or that person comes in front, we get agitated. And then, oh, this person, I'm not going to forgive this person any time, which is not doing anything to that person. You might have not even met that person, but inside you, you are unnecessarily developing stress, and that results into psychosomatic disease, and that
Yes.
surfaces in sickness. So why we cannot forgive someone? Okay, fine. If that person has made a mistake, maybe his or her upbringing or education is limited.
Hmm.
I know I am right, and that is fine. Let's forget and go ahead with the life.
Hmm.
So, yes, it is difficult. It's not very easy. That's why the green color and the white color, this positive color meditation changed it. And that is the transformation we are talking about.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, there are people I know every year, there's a ritual. Every year they will apologize. I would
Hmm.
say every month, every day. At end of the day, you think and forget. Okay,
Okay.
we go ahead. Instead
Okay.
of keep on remembering and keeping
Hmm.
that grudge inside, which
Okay.
is which is not good, we forget every day in the evening and have a feel of gratitude because we have so many good things, we have so many positive things. Why not
Hmm.
remember that and go ahead in the life? Yes,
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes, I
Okay,
think,
that's a
yes,
very
yes, I
great.
think, yes, this is a beautiful message
Bye.
because see, it always sounds that it is very difficult to forget and forgive. So let us put it in a different way. Let us say that we should shift our focus towards more desirable things in life. Just see, because saying forgetting and forgiving may sound difficult. So I would say shift focus on right things that are right for you. Stay healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically. And friends, stay blessed. Thank you for joining us. We'll meet again on the next Monday at the same time to discuss something more about scientific meditation. Thank you so